Okay, so hello and welcome to the PSGL Formula 3 division. Here we are again today, round 7, the British Grand Prix, the home track to many of our drivers and teams, such as Championship contenders, Leon, Sambam, Jay Fletcher, also drivers like Tom AJ, Bran, Westy and Mercedes all have their home Grand Prix here today. And a big Black Phoenix as well. And of course the constructors as well, the British constructors that are entering their home race today. Mercedes, wait no, they're not, I'm stupid. Williams, McLaren, Racing Point, of course our British teams. Teams are based in the UK like Mercedes, Red Bull, Renault, yeah, they are all based in the UK, so technically it's their home Grand Prix too. We have currently got 14 drivers. I hope we also get more viewers in the stream as well this week. Yet again, I am on my own as HMFC, also known as Harry, is I've got other commitments and won't be with me this week, just like last week. Just give me a sec to share the links out and get the championship standings up. Oh, wrong website. Sign in, why do I have to play this one? Just give me a sec, guys. So we go, got the links shared out. So now, yeah, it's just time to get the standings up. Let's check how many are in the stream first. Only 2 people. That's rather disappointing. And oh, we're going. While we're waiting for the lobby to load up, then. Oh, we're not going. Okay. I think we were supposed to have a 5-minute delay for whatever reason. I don't really know why. It wasn't a reason specified. But the championship standings, drivers' standings, read like this. It's rather spaced out a bit since last week. Leon is currently leading the way of 50 points after his win in Belgium, his first one in a long time. Second place is Sam Bam on 44. Black Phoenix third on 42. He's in fourth on 35. Fran is fifth on 34. Nibiru sixth, who isn't here, I don't believe. He's on 32, AMS 7th on 28, Tom AJ 8th on 26, Jay Fletcher 9th on 24, Tasmas rounds off the top 10, and 10th of course on 23. Then outside the top 10 is Bran 11th, 19 points, Felix 12th, 18 points, Opiolu, who's left the league, he's 13th on 9 points, 14th Mercedes on 8, Brett 15th on 4, Chaos 16th on 3, Airstrike, who is here for not here for the third week going after his race ban in France and not turning up last week. He's 17th on 2 points. Forbes in 18th on 2 points, and 19th is Abiodun, who has left the league after only turning up for 1 race. Looks like we're going to be short on viewers in the stream again this week. Let me just try and find the Constructors Championship. I clicked off the F3 Twitter page, 1 noob. So yeah, Mercedes are top on 79 points, and it's a 5-point gap between them and McLaren in second place on 74. Third is Williams on 65, Renault's fourth on 51, 5th Red Bull on 37, Haas 6th on 34, Ferrari 7th on 26, Toro Rosso 8th on 13, Alfa Romeo 9th on 12, and Racing Point in dead last on 11 points. Unfortunately for them, they do not have any drivers as of current, but I'm sure the more drivers get added, the Racing Point seats will be filled up. And it's overcast qualifying here in Silverstone. We have our first bit of activity down at the Renault garage. It's the only Renault. It's AMS. He's currently going out on the softs. The softs are the best strategy, or the best tyres to go on. So, yeah, since all the drivers are out on softs, doesn't mean we're not going to get rain. It doesn't mean we're probably not going to get any rain, because the softs are way to go, like I've just said. So to any people that don't know the strategy around here, when you see all the drivers go out on softs, it still doesn't mean that it's not going to rain. I mean, I keep on saying still doesn't mean. I'm making a lot of mistakes here on my own. I need someone. Who's the one that's gone out first? Try and recover from those awful set of mistakes. It's AMS, isn't it? Oh god, that's not helping me. So, yeah, I'll try and use the driver select a lot more. I know that is easier, but it does take a lot of getting used to. I've never done it before. Sometimes I just pick on random drives, I guess, to watch, but yep, here we are with AMS. First one to start a lap. He's got 2 other cars just behind him, the Alfa Romeo of Mercedes, and who else was that? That was a Haas, I believe. Indeed it was, I think, of Chaos. No, sorry, it was Jay Fletcher. Okay. AMS then, he's going to come across the line to start his flying lap. Yellow flag sector 3, probably for slow cars. AMS taking the flat out turn 1. No matter who you are, you're always going to take that flat out. Don't have to brake. Then he's coming into turn 2 and turn 3 and 4. Now, on the run up to the Wellington Straight, DRS is going to be wide open. It's only using 4 ERS to maximise top speed rather than hot lap, which maximises corner speed. And we'll probably see some turn 1 chaos here today, hopefully. Of course, if you saw the Italian Grand Prix early on today, you might have thought that was a league race, but yeah, Sebastian Vettel, I think he's had enough, I think, of F1. To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me at the end of the year if he takes a sabbatical or something like that, because he is not enjoying it one bit, I don't think. He had an interview earlier. I saw it, the interviewer asked him whether he was enjoying F1, and he said with a frown on his face that he is still in love with the sport, but to be honest, judging by his facial expression, that race really dug a nail into the coffin for Sebastian Vettel's love for Formula 1. But AMS has a 27.2. It's a decent old lap. Mercedes can't beat it. He's down by 2/10 on that, and AMS goes off the track, calls his yellow flag, but that doesn't matter. You'd have to slow down in the game for it. Ugazim goes and sets a 26.6. The pole time in F6 was around about that. I do expect that to be beaten. Westy's gone into the 26s as well with a 26.8. Only one medium runner though, and that's Tusmus. He set a 27.8 on those mediums, so maybe that is a sign that there could possibly be rain. But like I said earlier, seeing all these guys on softs, it doesn't guarantee that it is going to be wet, and we have got some PS messages coming in here, and I'm going to read them. Mercedes is being complained about for some reason. Yeah. Oh, Sambam and Leon have also set laps when we were paused there. Sandbam's gone second, 26.6, and Leon has also set at 26.6. He's not far off Sandbam and Ugi. He's gone third, and as so is the case in F3 this season. It's looking very close between the top couple of runners there. Top four so far separated by just 2/10. And it seems like the new guy, VRT Westy, he's looking like a mainstay in this division. He looks like this is around his pace, which is good to see. Yeah, so the next driver to set their lap is I don't believe anyone is really coming close to finishing a flying lap. Forbes is going slow, so I'm guessing he's just getting himself acclimatized to the track before he actually goes out full blast. Although he is using his ERS, he's draining the ERS out by going about let me just change that to miles per hour so it's easier for English speaking viewers to realize what speed they're going at. Yeah, he's going around about 100 miles per hour and is draining his ERS, and he's come back into the pits here. And it's F1 Gamer into the chat, a F1 driver saying evening. And also Cindy Bliss is also into the chat saying hello everyone. Yeah, so well, it was four drivers who just set a lap there. Felix goes 9th on the set of softs, 27.8. He's on an older set of softs compared to everyone else. 2 laps. Only the 2 Williams boys set their times on medium, so I do believe Black Phoenix is a banky. Can't be that far off the pace. That's 7 seconds off. Nexus Chaos now start the lap. We're going to ride with him, I guess, in the number 19 Haas. I'm guessing he's still got his Antoine Hubert tribute gear out. May he rest in peace. And also, I'm sending my prayers out, and so is everyone else, for Juan Manuel Correa in his probably going to be slow, I hate to say, but hopefully successful recovery. F1 Gamer says, if you're solo again next week, I'll happily co-com with you if you want. You could do now if you want. I mean, it's quite lonely here in F3 by myself. Not well, not having a co-commentator alongside me now for 2 weeks. So if you want, you can come and join me now. Unless you're doing something. Now, Nexus Chaos going down the hangar straight. He's got an Alfa Romeo who's on his outlap there ahead of him, off Mercedes, who I think is running the 46. I think, yeah. I'm guessing he's a Rossi fan, a Valentino Rossi fan, judging by his helmet as well. He's got that Lando Norris approach. You know, massive Rossi fan who, yeah, who'll do whatever to support him. Nexus Chaos goes 9th, 27.6. Don't think he really got much of a tow or help off Mercedes there. And it's lightening up a bit as well, so we're not going to see any rain in this qualifying session. Jay Fletcher is on an outlap. ZR Mercedes, as I just pointed out, with the Rossi helmet and the Rossi number, he's coming into Brooklands now. Seems to be taking that quite well now into Luffield. And then the run up to Woodcut, then the old pit straight through Cops. That was a brilliant camera angle. Don't know why I cut away from that. In the run up to Magnus and Beckett's, Big C is advising F1 Gamer to get in this comm box right now. He wants to hear the voice of the highly quick and highly skilled F1 driver. Mercedes here, now into Stowe Corner. I don't know if the drivers have been warned about track extending. Actually, Mercedes has reported his lap. He's gone into the pits. And, oh, nearly got hit there by the Haas of Chaos, and they're actually inside each other. That's, yeah, we're going to cut away from that. We're going to try and keep a PG stream here. And keep our clean channel, so whenever we're eligible for monetization, we can be monetized. Westy here on a lap, although actually a few drivers on their laps. Actually, especially the top three. Leon's just started his. Westy though is 600ths up on I believe the pole time. Keeps on saying that. I don't know why he didn't cross into a new sector there. Oh, he's made a mistake there, I think, and there was a very slidey car, and that lap is abandoned, and AMS has seemed to have been lost. Like Kimi Raikkonen, Ugyazim, 26.4, what a lap. Moves 2 tenths clear of his teammate Sambam, who's pitted. Wasn't following them, so I don't know if they were helping each other there. Maybe some tactics within the team. Leon now through Cop's corner. It seems like ever since China, he has been on a resurgence in this championship. Now leads it, of course. I think it's because he might have turned the racing line back on after he said he turned it off. Turned it off when he was practicing no assists. I believe that is the case. Except the start of the season, he was well in the midfield with his teammate Flying Throne, who moved down, of course, from F3 to F4 because he thought that the all-wise head of his couldn't compete with these rookie drivers. Well, I wouldn't say rookie, but these younger drivers. And Leon sets a 26.3 and beats Ugyazim's time. This track is ramping up, it seems. Jay Fletcher set a 26.5. He goes third. Maybe McLaren can lock out the front row, I believe, like they did last week in that epic thriller of a race in the last few laps. Black Phoenix has not been out ever since he set a banker of a 33.2 on mediums. Maybe he's just waiting for the track to ramp up right at the end here to get a decent lap in and maybe a set of softs. I've not been spoiled the weather. I don't want to be spoiled the weather, so if it's raining, don't say, just keep it to yourself. Tom AJ now. He's running ZRS. I don't think that's a proper lap. Felix, F3, YLHD. Coming through club corner. Right about now, the last corner. Up to the line, what can he set? He goes 10th. He's improved by 3 tenths. Sets a 27.5. And that is the Ferrari there. Forbes is the only driver not to set a time just yet. He is out in the softs. Of course, the last time we saw him out on the track, he was draining his ERS going 100 miles per hour down the Hanger Straight as he lets the Red Bull through. He needs to be careful actually through there. And yeah, there's only 3 cars now out on the track, which is Felix, Scales and Forbes. 2 of them right next to each other on the track. And if Forbes wants a good lap here, unless Felix is pitting, he wants to get past him. But Felix might not let him pass because obviously he knows that he's going to be on an out lap. He saw him come out the pits. He knows that Forbes is let him through, of course. But it seems to me like the only driver that's actually on a proper lap at the minute is Chaos. So for now, we're going to go on board with him. Then we'll cut to Forbes when he's probably midway through his lap, because he's probably coming around Max Becker's right about now, where, as you can see, Chaos is coming through Cops. Takes it in 7th gear rather. Almost flat out through Cops. It's such a wonderful corner. When I came here back in 2015 to watch the British Grand Prix, then I sat in that Cops corner watching the cars fly through there. I saw Nico Rosberg, my favourite driver at the time, overtaking Valtteri Bottas in an incredible move through that corner in the wet and changeable conditions, and he's run wide. Like I said earlier, I don't know whether these drivers have been told about exceeding track limits and whether they'll get penalties if they do it too much, if they get caught doing it, as Chaos goes 6th for the 26.9. 6 drivers now inside the 26s. It's sort of spread out a bit though. So now it's Forbes coming out into Brooklands, is saying he's on an out lap despite his last lap being an out lap. Okay, that doesn't make any sense, and looks like all the other drivers are leaving it till late here, so I hope we're not going to get a repeat of what we saw in qualifying yesterday in the real-life Italian Grand Prix. I was going to say as well, as Forbes comes through Cops. When I came here in 2015, I saw the one in a lifetime opportunity of seeing a Williams 1-2 in the early stages of that race. Of course, Felipe Massa getting one of the best starts I've personally ever seen, going up into first place off the line, with Valtteri Bottas, his teammate at the time, taking that second place. And they didn't script the strategy. If Bottas, you know, did what he was told and was told to hold up Hamilton and Hamilton and Rosberg, of course, to Massa to maybe go on and win the race. It's 4%, so 27.6 goes 12th. And who knows? Maybe Felipe Massa could have won that race if Bottas did what he was told to do. Got a driver on the outlap here. It's Black Phoenix, and he's gone up to a set of mediums again here. Now, I know he's not the slowest driver on the harder compound tyres, but in Silverstone, I wouldn't really recommend going out on a set of mediums. Softs are the way to go around here. We got two cars very close to each other here. Tuzmas and ILRT Leon. Some yellows, probably slow cars, just letting others through, like it always is, or like it usually is. Of course, you don't want to cheer for a crash whenever you see one. Just, you know, the drivers are alright at least. That's what I think. That's Tom AJ going slow there to let McLaren through. That is Leon, I think. Sorry, Jay Fletcher. They are pretty close to each other on the track, the McLaren, so maybe there are some tactics to be played here, maybe to get them a front row lockout. Leon's already on pole by about half a tenth, I'd say. Leon now onto the back straight on his out lap. He's not using any RS sensibly. And some yellows here, slowing cars. I think that is actually for Leon. Yeah, so the two McLarens just giving themselves some space, and we got a retirement. It's Forbes. Where has he gone off? It's in sector 3, I think, because that's where the yellow flag is. He definitely wasn't in the pits. Ah, I think it was down the. I think it was down at club because I just saw some yellow flags on the main straight there, so maybe it was there. Got some yellows to sector 1, and that's Leon spun round at turn 3. And that means that he cannot improve now, whatever happens on his current provisional pole lap. And he's just letting cars through before he rejoins the track. Quite sensible. He doesn't want to get in the way of any drivers on flying laps. Westy goes 5th. He finishes with his qualifying. Phoenix goes 10th. He'll have a lot of work to do, I reckon, on those mediums. And that's Leon going slow. He's not going to have enough time to set a time. And AMS goes 4th. He is only within a whole 100th of Jay Fletcher. So AMS looking like a dark horse maybe for this race win. Maybe a podium or two. I don't know what. How can one driver get a podium or two now, Jamie? Come on. Use your head. Who you see now? Can he go pole position here? Provisional pole. Yes, he can. Less than a tenth compares him and Leon. Sambam goes 3rd. And the McLarens are now 2nd and 4th. What can Jay Fletcher do? Ugi Team's just gone pole. Where's Jay Fletcher? And he stays 4th. And that will probably mean, unless Brand can do something here, that Ugi Team is on pole and Brand runs wide. And that may be the end of his lap. Yeah, he's running no ERS. Actually, Mercedes goes 6th. Felix. He's going to come up into club corner. And what can he set here? Felix is not going to be pole, it's going to be 12th. And AMS in the chat saying he's quite impressive as a lap. I'm quite impressed too to be 5th on the grid, not far from those guys in the top 4, who most of them were battling for the victory last time out. But pole position it is then for Ugi Azim at the British Grand Prix. And out of all the British drivers on this grid, it's Ugi Azim who takes pole position, one of the non-British drivers. on this grid is Ugizim on pole, Leon second, Sambam third, Jay Fletcher fourth, AMS fifth, impressive qualifying from him. ZR Mercedes is sixth, Westy seventh, Tusmus in eighth, Chaos ninth, and Tom AJ in 10th. And Bran 11th, Felix 12th, outside the top 10 for both Red Bulls, Black Phoenix 13th, and then Forbes in 14th, rounding off the grid. Bran, Felix, Black Phoenix, and Forbes will all get a free choice of tyres, and it's boiling here in Silverstone. It's completely bone dry. As I don't know why I've got the loading music still, even though the track's loaded for me. I cannot hear the fans. We could be dealing maybe with a sound glitch here. If that is the case, then don't worry, I have got an extra invite, so I'll leave rejoin if that is the case. Don't mind me a sec. Can't this week because my headset's there, but next week I will. Okay. Great, we got sound. Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, Okizim is leading us away here. So Williams, I thought Williams didn't get going there for a sec. Or at least till it's charged, so, okay. So, it's completely dry here in the British Grand Prix. And while this formation lap is going on, I'm going to go to the toilet because I'm desperate right now. Right, so we're back. Yeah, so we're down the Hangar Street. Yes, brilliant timing to go to the toilet. You might say it is unprofessional, but it's better than doing it on the first lap, so we don't get no ITV ad break kind of style coverage here of the Formula 3 division here at the race, where millions and millions of people watch. It's the British Grand Prix. Now, if there are millions and millions of people watching PSGL Formula 3 coverage here, then I'd be well surprised. And if that is the case, then it's probably on some kind of illegal streaming system, because there's only 6 people here ready to watch some Saturday night action in Formula 3. The top 3, the 2 Mercedes of Ugi and Sambam, and Leon and McLaren have arrived rather early compared to the rest of the grid here. Will that affect their start? Will their tyres go cold enough, maybe? JP's gone into the chat and said, my obese parrot died the other day, but to be honest, it was a weight off my shoulders. Okay, I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, so we got 4 lights on. Oh, lights out and away we go. The lights decided, no, Yazim nearly did lose Milan off the start. It's a very messy start. I don't even know what's going on. You got Mercedes off the track. Yazim has got a terrible start. He's gone from pole to 7th here in Britain. It's a McLaren 1-2, and got AMS there challenge for 3rd. I don't know what those lights were. They were just glitched. Ford's up at the 10th place after starting from the back. Also forgot to put on the tyres. What a mess. This is not the right thing. I'm having a mare. Yeah, there we go. So, pretty much all the drivers starting outside the top 10. And there's Mercedes round. And there's a absolute. Oh, there's a car park. There's a car park. Absolute calamity there at Luffield. Here at the British Grand Prix. What a disastrous first lap here in Formula 3. And I said that way too dramatically. Leon leads, Jay Fletcher second, Sam third, AMS fourth, Ugi Zimas, oh, he's just, oh no. And some more yellow flags, and Mercedes has gone off again. He's had a nervous start. The Valentino Rossi helmet and number. But yeah, the grid's rather spread out here at the start of the race. After that little collision at Luffield, that was an absolute mess. The two Williams going side by side, meanwhile. They managed to get away without no damage. I did see them braking to avoid any collisions there. It's a good move by Tasmas. Actually, Black Phoenix has got damage. Yeah, improving for me. Got Chaos, who got a penalty actually for speeding in the pit lane. Bran also came in, Felix in as well. And Mercedes obviously in as well. We saw what happened to him. So yeah, that's the first lap done over in quite quickly here in Britain. Some drivers here going on to hards. The Red Bulls double stacking there at the back. Felix got the worst of it, and what's happening here? Is he stuck? No. Oh, and they haven't got the front wing ready. It's like Monaco 2016 for Felix. He's from the Rebel crew, and all the guys put there going to the end, possibly on hards. Well, impossibly, it's a definite. You go to hards and you go to the end on hards easily. But we got more contact. And something's happened coming out of the pits here because Bran and Black Phoenix have gone side by side. Did someone lose it? Someone drop it there on cold tyres? And if they did, that's rather embarrassing. But these lot are 30 odd seconds behind the rest of the field. It's a poor start. Some of the gaps to the leaders, yes. This whole pack is at least 30-40 seconds off the lead of the race. That is rather odd. As Leon goes quickest here. Fastest lap of the race for him. And it looks like, as DRS gets enabled, that McLaren could be heading off here for a 1-2 victory, but you never know. Sambam's going to keep on going and going with them, I guess. It's run rather wide through that corner. I don't even know half of the sector 1 corners around here, so excuse me. I know the rest of the track's corners, so. Into Brooklands now, into Luffield, and then into Woodcote. There's no drivers reached yet until now. Old start finish straight. We've got some yellows again, and it's Bran. He spun at the last corner, at club corner. Mercedes now takes him. Both Red Bulls running at the back. It's been a disastrous Sunday night here for the Red Bull boys in blue, red, and yellow. Just saw some grass get kicked up there. I think it was one of the McLaren lads. And look at this here, Jay Fletcher's thinking about a move. He's going to get it, actually, down into Stoke Corner. Jay Fletcher now takes the lead of the race. He had a massive tow on his teammate there, going down the Haggard Straight. But will there be some team orders here? And going on, oh, that's a voice crack. Going on here at McLaren. Jay Fletcher sets the fastest lap. He's already 4 times ahead. Sambam is reeling these two guys in, though. We're going to get an insane battle for the lead yet again. And it's AMS who's a second and a half off. The lead battle, Ugyazim, who went from pole down to 7th at 1 point on the first lap. In hot pursuit of getting those positions, which he lost, regained. It's all needed for his championship surge, because at the minute Leon's going to be extending his gap in the championship. At this moment in time, be on 62 points. And Ugyazim, I believe, was on 44. I'm positive. Or was it Sambam? It was Sambam on 44. Yeah. So, my mistake. But anyway, I'll give you a live update. Ooh, that was a bit of a wobble, wasn't it? So Leon will be on 62 points as it stands, with Sambam currently being on 54. So the gap is extending by 2 points as it's going. But it's the McLarens in command. There's a battle at the back between the Toro Rosso and the two Ferraris. They are sandwiching him. Not anymore. Westy's passed. Rob Forbes, and Rob Forbes tries to hang it around the outside. He does well not to keep it like contact. I'm having a mare today, aren't I? Give me a commentator already, please. So yeah, Wesley's back as filling in the Ferrari sandwich. But no retirements despite that first lap car park at Luffield. You know, there's a lot of cars half a lap down and not gaining any time on the soft runners, as they are on the slowest compound available on the hards, but they are going for the long-term strategy instead of, you know, just one lap pace, you know, like the softs are meant to do. Yeah, it seems like nothing's happening really with these battles right now. It's just these three seem to be the closest though. Forbes, Westy, Tom AJ. Maybe even Tusmus if he gets close enough. He could try and pull an undercut on him if he wanted to. West tries it through Marcus Beckett, says he. No, he backs out. And so should he do. Forbes kicks up grass. He's gained the most positions actually, I think, out of anyone at the start of this race. But he's going to lose one of those positions again now, as Westy tried it last lap, didn't work, tried it this lap. He gets the move for sure. And as you can see, Rob Forbes has gained the most places. Meanwhile, Mercedes has lost the most. And the gaps with the leaders, they're extending. Sandbaum's now out DRS range of the two McLarens and is falling into the grasps of AMS and Ugi Azim. I do expect Ugi rather to get past his fellow FP administrator down the Went and straight into Brooklands. We got an incredible angle this. Will he go for the Sebastian Vettel dive? No. Thinks better of it. And we're going to follow these cars with this helicopter through Luffield and hopefully onto the back straight, although the old pit building may block it. But no, we're going to go to the opposite side. Fair enough. That was great camera work. Intercom's corner. The two FP admins. The ones to look at here, I guess. Yeah, Ugi's just going to get the move done, I think. Down into Stowe. He needs to get in the toe, does he? No, he's halfway alongside him. It's causing a massive crash if he tried to do that now. Ugi around the outside. Oh, there was contact there, and AMS had to back out, but there was still contact with them. He went off the track. No wheel damage, though. And now Tusmus is seeing himself in this battle here. Tom AJ down the inside of his teammate. Fry Boys showing no love lost. Into turn one. Tom AJ has picked up a penalty from cutting the first corner, Abbey, just by a little smidget, I think. Westy seems to be establishing himself in this division already. And if there is someone that is that's just changed their name, just let me know. Okay. Sandman's picked up a penalty. Maybe we could see a situation like it was in Belgium, where whoever's got less penalties wins the race out of the leaders. Actually, Leon. He's got a run, is he? Too far back to make a move just yet. Doesn't get the best run in the world on his teammate compared there, going into the run up to club corner. Tom AJ has passed his teammate finally. Both Ferrari boys, I gotta say, got really nice helmets. Of course, Tom AJ seems like his helmet's a replica of Charles Leclerc's. Meanwhile, Rob Forbes has gone for the Julian Palmer approach. with his blue, white, and red helmet. So I see one look out a place in a Renault. But yeah, it seems to be with all these like close gaps. It seems like nothing really feels to be happening. I don't know why. It feels like that though. Tom AJ's got a slow approach into Brooklyn's hairs, allowed his teammate to close in on him a bit here. Now who would cut? There's no DRS on this straight. Although if they kept on racing this as the pit entry, pit straight, you know what I mean. Then they probably would have been DRS as forwards runs extra wide going through Cop's corner. Maybe that will probably be looked at. Oh, Leon dived into the pits. He's the first of the drivers to pit, and Sambam has followed the trend. Meanwhile, while those pit stops are going on, let's get some updates. So what's going on around here? As we're on board here with Wesley, if anything goes on, I'm checking for some updates of something, and yeah, you can tell me I'm unprofessional. Something's mount when I'm looking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, that was very unprofessional from me. I can hear the viewers shouting boos at their TV screens, or their computer screens more likely. Maybe not even that, phone screens. Tasmus now. Forbes seems to be weaving, trying to break the toe. It doesn't work. Tasmus goes around the outside. It seems like he hasn't got the downforce, has he? No, he's got it. Brilliant. And because of that, probably now Forbes has decided he will try and undercut Tasmus and go into the pits. The undercut is strong here, as Tom AJ will take the provisional lead here. Samba to second potentially. Yeah, I can see it. The man's got it overtaking, overcutting. Seems like Jay Fletcher's going to get this race won, I think. That is Leon there. He's got out ahead of him. So Sambam is going to have to settle for third when Tasmus and Tom AJ pit. I know Tasmus is good on tyre where he was one of the last people to pit in Belgium. Indeed, it is surprising. Of course, we saw Sambam's undercut got him in contention for the win last time out in Belgium. Of course, he did come across the line in first, but lost out on penalties. Fortunately, though, the other driver that made that battle in Belgium is down in P11 at the minute, seeming to be nowhere near the lead battle. Although he did have a wing replacement on the first lap of the race and did end up about 40 seconds behind, but yeah, he's still a long way off. Tom AJ is sped into the pits and Tasmus doesn't. Wesley's got another penalty. So that will mean that Jay Fletcher will take the lead of the race, and Leon will following behind it. Looks like we're going to get another close battle for the victory here. Sambam, despite being jumped by Leon, he's set the fastest lap of the race just now, so he's looking quick on those mediums. And it seems like Samba is the only man right now in this field that can contest with these McLarens. Of course, McLarens were the original Silver Arrows back in the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s. They were seen as the Silver Arrows, the original Silver Arrows with the original flying fin, Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard. His yellow flag in sector 3. Mercedes has left the session, so I should imagine that was him that went off. As the two Ferraris are going side by side here through Luffield, coming down the old pit straight. I think there's a little bit of a nudge there with the front wing and the rear tyre, and that's a voice crack from me. I'm sorry, I'm going through that time in my life, okay? So yeah. Oh, change of lead. Leon leads. Jay Fletcher is in second place. Third is Samba. Change of lead, and Jay Fletcher's mediums are not working for him. I don't think he's falling right into the clutches of Samba. The two Ferraris side by side, it's all starting to happen now. Forbes tries it down the inside. Oh, there's contact between the two Ferrari boys, and Forbes gets hung out to dry. And it's at least half a second he runs wide again there. That's at least a warning. But he's at least a second out DRS range now of his teammate. And getting closer and closer to Tusmus, who's in the 9th position in the Williams. But yeah, this league battle's starting to shape up again now. And we could be seeing a repeat of Belgium, just with one less driver, and probably going to be less dramatic because that last few laps in Belgium was just perfect. I just made myself sound squeaky clean there, didn't I? So Leon at the minute is on course for his second race win of the season, second race win in a row. Jay Fletcher could have something to say about that. Apologies for the coughing, by the way. And if he does say anything about that, gets the win, then it's his second race win of the year. Either way, it seems like one of the McLaren boys will get their second race win of the season. Samba, I think he has also won a race this season as well. Let me just check. Yeah, he won China. I should remember that there was one of the races actually commentated on this season when my mic wasn't just dead. Phoenix and Chaos, there seems to be a battle going on there. Forbes is starting to catch up to his teammate again. He's caught by half a second. This time, though, it seems like he's dragged Tusmus into this. But right now, the league battle, we're going to pay attention to that. If I do see a change of position, I probably will switch to it. If that is the case, I'm ready. The battle of the lead year. Jay Fletcher's lost 2 temps there to his teammate within the last sector. Yeah, something. It doesn't look like anything seems to be happening there for the moment. But Forbes has run wide. He's lost time. Tusmus may get a run on him here if he is not careful. He needs to be keeping his eyes peeled here. It's cut the grass and it's giving him good runs into the corners, but it's making him slow on the exit. It's what happens really. Black Phoenix and Chaos though side by side. Phoenix around the outside of Chaos through Klopp's corner, Stowe corner, doing a David Croft mistake there. And he is past the Haas. Anyway, so Jay Fletcher's now on the back of Leon. Down into Brooklands. What's he going to do here? Can he make the move possibly going into Cops if he gets a good run out here? It's decent, but Leon also didn't make really much of a hash of it. It seems like Jay Fletcher got the better run, though. He's now within 2 attempts. He needs to get a good Marcus Beckett if he wants a chance of, you know, using DRS in full effect going down the hanger straight. Yeah, that seems to be where his weak point is compared to Leon. Leon seems to be pulling away each time they go through there. And it's what's costing him. And then he gains but he gains back the time down the straight and then completely loses it again. I'll go back to that. 2 Ferraris getting closer and closer. Rob Forbes. Oh, okay, that's lag. Never mind. Looked like he was losing it there for a second. He's got a toe. Tom Agee goes defensive. Forbes around the outside. Nothing has happened there then, in terms of overtakes. Black Phoenix tries to stick his nose in Tusmus, sorry. And Forbes has to stick behind his teammate for yet a few more corners before the DRS comes into effect again, and he's got a penalty. But I do believe his teammate also has a few as well. Oh, he's at the back of him. He's clipped the back of him. There was no damage though. Well, no visual damage at least. But it seems like he gave him the old NASCAR type bump and run there, but it didn't work, and Tom Agee remains ahead here, but not for long. He's trying to Sebastian Vettel dive, is he? Round the outside into left field. He hasn't got the better run through there, but will he get the better run in the exit? They're going to be side by side here, the 2 Ferrari boys. There's no team orders here like there usually is. Coming up into Cops. It looks like it's going to be Tom Agee just ahead again. And look at the gap. Look at the gap between the 2 leaders. They're side by side. Jay Fletcher is ahead again. We have 9 laps to go here. Now going to cut back to the battle for 7th place here. It's Forbes versus Tusmus, and Forbes has got a bad run out there. Tusmus has taken 8th place. Forbes got... I don't even know what happened to him, but he just seemed to make a mistake through there, I think, and he's lost a heap of time again. He's making those mistakes that he doesn't need to make, as Forbes. So Jay Fletcher now in the lead. We'll cut back to him. Leon's right in his tail still. Could we see a move from Leon now on his teammate going down into Brooklands? And Rob Forbes has just set a 124. Oh, what? What just happened there? His wheel, I went on board with him going through turn 1 and his wheels just... What's going on? Okay, what's going on? He's going through turn 1 and his wheels just completely pops off and then he teleports to the next corner. What on earth just happened? I do remember seeing that before in an old 5 race, actually in Mexico, where when Lambo was actually down in current F1 driver Lambo was actually down in F5, and I was following him when I was a lap down to him, and his wheel just popped off because there was a fake car on the track. There was a randomly placed car that wasn't there for anyone else on the track, and he hit it and they took off his wheel. I believe that's what's happened here to Rob. Rob has just been robbed. And I think we've just been robbed of a brilliant battle between the 2 Ferrari boys yet again here. What on earth was that? I've never in my life seen a car teleport like that though. Let's check the chat, see if he said anything about it. Ah, car lag. I had a similar situation last night actually, where it was random cars. Codemasters, well, I say Codemasters, but the game was making cars for me that weren't there for anyone else, and they were like lagged out type cars. They were going at like about speeds you see a road car make on a motorway, and I hit the back of one and got myself wind damage to put me out of contention for a podium. It was quite... I was not happy about it, and I can understand why Rob probably wouldn't be happy with that either. That was just extraordinary. Well, back to the lead battle. Leon has it all to do again, pretty much from here on in. So Felix actually came in for a set of softs. I think he's just going for a fastest lap now. There's no way he pit it from the hards. There's no way those hards went off. It's not this early anyway. Jay Fletcher now starts lap 18 of the race. Well, do you know what? Oh, Tusmus. Tusmus is rounding outside of Tom AJ up into 7th. Will Tom AJ make the switchback move into club? He's alongside him, well, at least his front end is, but he's not ahead. Oh, he spun it out of club. The rear's lit up and he just touched the throttle by just a little bit, and his car went round into the infield grass. And the race is getting worse and worse for Mattia Bonotto and those Ferrari boys down there. In real life, of course, one of the most memorable wins they'll ever take, when Charles Leclerc won in front of Tifosi for his second ever race win. Just his first year at Ferrari. But here, back at Silverstone, everything's going wrong for them. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Next thing you know, the leader's going to get involved in something that one of them's going to end upside down in the wall, and the other's going to end up in bloody Milton Keynes or Brackley or somewhere like that. But yeah, if Forbes had that happen to him, then these leaders got to be careful now then. If that has just happened to Forbes, and if there's a random, extraordinarily random car placed out on the track that he's hit, which has ripped off his wheel, then these guys also need to be quite careful that any cars that are not there for everyone else are there for them, and they're going at like snail speed and they hit them. If that was to happen, then Codemasters need to look at themselves in the mirror, honestly. Jay Fletcher got close. He's just got under a 10th there, under 2 tenths rather. The only real battle on the chat right now, except for Chaos and Black Phoenix, but I do believe this one is closer, just about, so keep an eye on it, and it's for the lead as well, so you can understand why. Jay Fletcher now, he's half a second behind. He's not going to make the move. Yeah, he hasn't got the RS to either. I think I was just based on wing settings there. The number 42 of Jay Fletcher. This is the number 28 of ALRT Leon. Both McLarens fighting for the win. Sambo's he's fell off, isn't he? He's not going to win this race unless penalty says something to say. I did say Leon picked one up earlier, I think. Now Jay Fletcher needs a brilliant run for these set of corners here if he wants the DRS to come in full effect. He's got the DRS to make it, and he has upped it. Leon, well, he did have it up for a second. Yeah, he realises that he's not going to make the move. And he's getting close. I think we will see at least 2 moves to the lead before the end of the race, and then penalties takes place. And sorry, I did say Jay Fletcher was 42 just earlier. He's actually number 12. I think it's the sun glare on the car is making it look like he's wearing the number 42. Yeah, so this looks like this is going to be set up for an exciting battle for the lead, for the win, between these 2 McLaren boys. It's going to be a 1-2 either way, unless they throw it all away with a mistake like what the 2 Mercedes did in Spain in 2016, and Max Verstappen to grab the win. Or maybe Turkey 2010, when Webber and Vettel came together. Vettel DNF'd and Hamilton took the win after an epic battle with his teammate Jenson Button. But I know Leon very well, and just by what I've seen from Jay Fletcher so far, there isn't going to be a collision between these two. They're clean drivers. And I should imagine that we'll see some clean battles without any collisions. And the only time of the race should remain as it is, being that stupid moment where Forbes lost his wheel off an invisible car. But it's getting incredibly close again through this complex of corners, but then he loses it all coming down on the exit, and then down the old pit straight. He seems to just lose it. Let me just check my battery. Right, that's good. Control charge, good. And I'm looking on my Twitter here, and Leon Bentley is tweeting during the race. What's going on in the cockpit there? I know it's a bot. Okay. Anyway, back to the race. Anything happened? I think Chaos and Black Phoenix. Well, Chaos has overtaken Black Phoenix, and I'm an idiot for missing that. And I'm unprofessional. Sack me now. DRS then for Black Phoenix. Chaos goes defensive. Black Phoenix to the outside through Brooklyn's. Chaos keeps the position for now. That inside advantage is really strong through that corner though. So I would imagine Phoenix might get him back down the higher straight. That's what I'm predicting. But for now, we'll be cutting to the end of higher straight here, coming into Stowe. But Jay Fletcher seems like this race win for him seems to be slipping away from him at every passing lap. Slowly, it's going away from him. Unless there's penalties to be served at the end of the race, setting a few drivers back a little bit. Who knows? If Sam Bam doesn't have any penalties, and he could be the winner of this race. Even Nuki Azim could be the winner of this race if he gets close enough. Who knows? Those penalties are not a big factor around Silverstone. There's not really many places we can cut massively just to get an advantage, and maybe even a warning or two, which leads to a penalty. But battle for 8th place rather. At least that gets 9th place. Chaos and Black Phoenix. Wait, Chaos was ahead of him the last time I switched off, didn't he? Wasn't he? I missed another overtaking this battle, so I'm just going to stick with this one because, yeah, I'm not good with it. I like their tyres actually. A couple of these drivers have been on tyres for 21 laps. Bran, Black Phoenix, and Chaos all been out there in 21 laps on those hards. Oh. Now if he's not careful, although that might not equal to a penalty in the game, it could equal to the penalty off track, whether the stewards have something to say about it. But anyway, Chaos gets a run. Black Phoenix doesn't go defensive. He must think that he can get him back somewhere. Chaos goes ahead, and to be honest, he's quite a bit ahead as well already. And Black Phoenix heads to the pits, and he's been on those hards since lap 2. So maybe those hards are, maybe they'll make get your words out. They may not make it to the end. Maybe maybe Chaos and Brand might get punctures. Black Phoenix, he is gonna come out actually in 10th place. There's yellows. There's yellows. Who is it? It was no one. It was a ghost yellow. Damn you, game. Now there are actually lap cars ahead of Leon and Jay Fletcher. It's Felix in 12th position. So maybe that will have something to play. Because Jay Fletcher's closed right back up again. This win for him is still not out the water, despite me writing it off quite a few laps ago. And Felix has pulled out the way. So it's just a prop battle now. Like, they're not even using the RS, so that you know it's a good battle. Speaking of ERS, Leon's used all of his ERS before the straight. Meanwhile, Joe Fletcher's got a whole heap of it to use. And he is going to use it. For now at least, he doesn't want to make the move. He wants to be careful. This is his teammate who's battling here, so he needs to be careful when picking manoeuvres. Cut to the leader. Just in case any penalties come into play. These two get any penalties and Sambam doesn't at all, and Sambam's the winner. Despite not even leading the race for any single bit of this race, I don't think, anyway. The two cars are lapped down, one of them's ghosted, one of them is real car, and that's Felix. It's just been lapped. Jay Fletcher now. There is actually a lap car up ahead, but they won't give him a tow. But Jay Fletcher, with just over a lap to go, is going to take the lead of the race, but he's got a wobble out of Stowe, and this race may not be over for Leon. Jay Fletcher's ahead for now, though. Well, that lap car put him off. It always does with me. But Leon seems to have wasted all his ERS. Jay Fletcher's still got a lot to use compared to his teammate. Leon's got to be open for penalties now, surely. Surely. And it looks like it's going to be a 1-2 here in Silverstone for the British team, McLaren. The most successful British team, I believe, in the sport. Unless Williams is. It probably is, though my luck is saying stuff like that. Probably is Williams. It seems to me Jay Fletcher's going to cruise to the end here. 3 temps ahead of his teammate, well 4 temps now. He's been managing his ERS perfectly in his last few laps. Leon's hardly had any of it to use. And he won't have anything to use here, will he? No, if he doesn't get it here, then I think that's it, and I think it is going to be Jay Fletcher's. He doesn't get it, and I think now Jay Fletcher's only got 2 corners to go, and that's just penalties. It looks like he's going to be the winner of this race. Through the last corner, he's right in his tail. It's not going to be enough. It's Jay Fletcher. Yes, he does win in Britain. Jay Fletcher wins. Sambam does not come close to them. Oogie Zim actually nicks the podium off him in the end. But Jay Fletcher wins. Leon second, Oogie Zing in third, just pipping Sambam, his teammate there in penalties. It's a 1-2 for McLaren. 1-2 for the British team, with rich history here in the sport of Formula 1. They triumph again with 2 British drivers at the helm at the British Grand Prix. 5th place goes to AMS, a solid drive from him, kind of like a Lando Norris drive from Spa, just running in that 5th place, not really having anyone to bother with, but he's running in that solid 5th place, and he gets the result this time, and his Renault engine doesn't fail him. Tusma 6th, West 7th, and I'll read out the rest of the results when the graphics come up, and then I'll invite the podium finishers to the party so we can get underway with some podium interviews. So then, just missed out on fastest lap. Yeah, you just missed out on fastest lap. Not gonna lie, you were only 5 seconds off. Although I think that is a glitch. But yeah, 7th is Westy, as I was saying. Chaos 8th, Tommy's in 9th. Bran rounds off the points in 10th. Black Phoenix doesn't even get it in the end somehow, even though he was well ahead of Bran at one point. Felix 12th, Mercedes in 13th. If he used like that, he probably won't be classified. Forwards was the only DNFer because a weird reason. Not gonna lie, his wheel just popped off on my screen, and so yeah, we're gonna invite the podium finishers into the party. There we go, they're invited. Just wait for them to join now. Hello, got Leon here.
Hello.
Just wait for the other two to join if they do.
Jai said that he didn't have an invite.
Positive I did invite the right account. Oh, if I just invited a random person, probably I've known myself. Yeah, I think I've invited the wrong person. Oh well, I've just invited the right account, so. Okay, now we have 8 people watching. How come all the viewers start flooding in when the race finishes? SMH.
You want to hear me?
So it's got Jay Fletcher in. Let me just check if we... Got a friend request. Let me just accept that a sec. I'll give Oogie another 30 seconds to join, and if he doesn't, then we'll just get on with it. Before we do that, just make sure your voices aren't allowed to be shared. I should imagine they are.
Yeah.
Just wait for him. I don't understand. All the viewers just start flooding in though when the race finishes, unless there's some kind of glitch going on.
Sorry.
All the viewers just start flooding in when the race finishes. It's quite confusing.
Yes, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to join. So yeah, let's get on with it then. Race winner, congratulations, Jay Fletcher, rounding off the McLaren 1-2. Just talk us through your race. I don't really have a question to ask, so yeah.
To be honest, it was from plan at the start was to get a good start and work together, towing each other around. Me and Leon, we thought just towing each other around and conserving each other's ERS so that we could then give ourselves another tow and try and break the gap of the Sam and the other Mercedes behind. So that's all we really did in the end, and then it came to a last lap showdown, and that's about it.
Yep. That's the only question I have to ask, like I've just said. So yeah, moving on to Leon. Of course, you were, like your teammate just said, trying to get toes off each other, playing tactics of each other, trying to get away from the Mercedes and take it the 1-2. What I noticed though was during that lead battle at the end, it seems like compared to your teammate, you literally had no ERS compared to him. So I wonder what that was all about.
It was because, as Joe said, we were switching around, and whoever was out in front would have to sacrifice their ERS to try and push, whilst the person behind can conserve. And from probably about lap, it was 19 till Joe overtook me. Joe was conserving his ERS whilst I was still trying to push away from Sam, so that's why on the last lap I had about 4%.
Yep. Interesting tactics. Of course, some good teamwork as well, just to get that 1-2. Of course, but this is both your home tracks. Well, home track. Of course, it's your team's home track as well, McLaren. So it's good for them and for you two as well to get that 1-2 here. Next week though, Hockenheim, Germany. What's it pace like there for both of you?
Not doing any practice.
Defense first.
Probably is, yeah, probably Leon's right. But to be honest, if I want to say one thing, I just want to say thanks to Leon to be in such an amazing teammate through that race. And if it comes to a last lap battle again, I think I'll have no doubt in returning the favour. If it comes to that next week.
Seems like you two are a good partnership, like the real life McLaren partnership of Sainz and Norris. They just get along very well with each other, which is good to see as well.
Well, we just want to help each other, obviously. I like Leon as a guy. He's a very nice guy and an amazing racer. So it just works fine for him and me to get as many points as we can each week.
Yep, so that concludes the British Grand Prix here in PSGL Formula 3. It's a McLaren 1-2 here. Pretty dominant performance. Playing the right tactics as well. Join us next week for the German Grand Prix at the exact same time, 8 o'clock on the Sunday. Hopefully I'll have a co-commentator with me next week, as it is the last race before I go away. For sure this time I'm going away, so yeah, we'll see you next week for the German Grand Prix.